Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. You may remember a couple of months ago, Dennis McCann failed a PED test. He was due to fight Peter McGrail. McCann is 16 wins, no defeats and 1 draw. And he failed a VADA test. And he had 2 anabolic steroids in his system. Now, I'm not a chemist. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand exactly how to break down these substances, what they're specifically used for. I know my friend Lee over at Inside the Distance will shed some light because he's very well versed in this sort of stuff. But the 2 substances in question were drostanolone and trembolone. What they are used for, I don't know, but performance enhancing certainly. And I believe I'm right in saying they're ones that you have to inject. I could be wrong about that. Again, I'm no expert and I'm not claiming to be. But having failed for these substances, everything went quiet, which I think is always the best tip if you're the manager or the promoter of a guy who's failed a test. Just be silent until the dust settles. And Frank Warren has finally alluded to. He hasn't said anything specifically about the actual, whether they're appealing it. Well, I mean, I assume that they are. They're looking into it. They're trying to put together some sort of defense. Very difficult to do. But Frank did say to Boxing News, which is the trade paper, this is a complete farce. He's talking about the whole failed test investigation and so on. I won't go into it right now, but you can quote me on that. It's a farce. Okay. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, you would say that. He's your fighter. You've invested money in him. You want to, look after him. And okay, you might say it's a farce, but it'll all come out in the wash. Well, I don't know. I mean, to me, if you fail a test like that, you kind of caught bang to rights. And we keep hearing about, contamination and how, and second samples and B samples, all this sort of shit. To me, it's like bullshit. You failed. What are you saying? Are you saying that someone stuck something in you that you weren't aware of? If you're trying to say that VADA, who have a sort of rather gilt-edged reputation for being one of the most reliable testing agencies, are you saying that they're incompetent? Are you saying that they're corrupt? What are you saying here? What is your defense going to be? It's very difficult to sort of imagine what a convincing defense would be. Although, as we know, you don't necessarily need a convincing defense because a lot of people get away with a lot of things. A lot of people don't even get caught. But having said that, the fact that Dennis McCann was caught shows that, the war is continuing. There is no ultimate victory and there's no ultimate defeat. There will always be cheats. Some of them will be caught and some of them will get away with it. But what we don't do is, in my opinion, the worst possible thing you can do is to throw your hands up and say, oh, well, they're all at it, which they're not. They're not all at it. There are clean fighters. Don't insult them all by saying they're all at it. And, let them all do what they want. I hate that attitude. You're just rolling over gutlessly for cheats. Now, McCann, I think he's still, he certainly was, I think he still is the WBO's number 2 ranked contender. And I don't know what's going to happen here. Robert Smith is the British Boxing Board of Control secretary. He has refused to comment on the situation because it's an ongoing legal issue. Well, we know that Uncle Frank likes his litigations and his writs and his whatevers. He likes to find loopholes where he can. He likes to spin things as he can. He's like anyone else. The legal system basically is. This wouldn't fall into that category, but certainly if you look at the legal system where you've got 12 jurors, it's a lot of the time it's hit and miss. It's how you can sell your side of the argument. It's not really a lot of the time got anything to do with justice. But again, we carry on and we we keep the war going with no end, but we do not roll over for cheats. Yeah, so I just thought it's a shame Frank didn't elaborate, but again, he's not going to say anything that would jeopardise his side of the argument in a legal sense. So I just thought I'd mention that to you. I don't know if you've got any views on it. If you have, please leave them below. Can you think of a way that... Can you think of what the defence might be? Let's put it that way. Some people don't even make a fucking defence. Dillian White, he's got a big fight with the Talma coming up. You know, did anything happen to him for failing a test prior to the AJ rematch, which never was? Some of these people, they just plain get away with it. But what do you think? Comments below as usual. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you've got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always. Bye for now.